am not messing with you guys. I was doing a different what if the whole entire time that I was doing this. With Deku, the tenseigan. I kept on giving him Madara's eyes that I made and what if Naruto had was the reincarnation Madara and Hashirama. So I kept on saying he had the Sharingan. So yeah. Also, that's my next what if after this, because I'm gonna try to finish this. But this is the movie. I said he healed All Might, but they walked down and oh yeah, I haven't told you what I made up Uraraka and Bakugo's Mangekyous are and their eternal Mangekyou. So of course you guys probably thought this if you watched my video, but probably you guys would have thought that Bakugo, anywhere he looks, will explode. And of course he has the exploding Gekkei Genkai because of his quirk and stuff like that. Uraraka's, I gave her the ability, it was from one of the Kages, where the dude could pretty much like destroy stuff with his Ganga Genkai. It's a Gekkei Genkai, but it has 3 instead of 2, so it's named differently. But it pretty much can destroy stuff. That's why I made hers. So she can fly because of this, and that gives her earth, wind, and lightning release. Shinso, I don't, what did I make his eyes ability was? It was the ability to, oh yeah, he also has another Gekkei Genkai, and this Gekkei Genkai gives him the ability called Storm Release. And because I just found this out in what if Naruto was the reincarnation Hashirama and Madara, because I searched up what Namikaze's, if they had a Gekkei Genkai. Apparently only a few of them have it. And actually one of them, they only show 2 people to have it. And one of them's not even a 2 of them are not Namikaze. But I can tell how Madara could have it. Either they implanted Namikaze cells into him or whatever. But that's what said what they have. And if you don't go by the canon, but from a movie of Naruto, there's another dude with the same ability. But Shinso walks out of the plane with a scarf on and a metal mask with his Sharingan activated to look cool and give him a higher cred and all that. And Deku walks out with a different metal mask, scarf on too, because they're gonna be like the tag team from now on. And I made, whenever they become heroes, they're gonna be called the Katsuki heroes and stuff like that. But pretty much, yeah, he walks out with the tenseigan activated, scouting the whole area, pretty much. And it looks cool. This is whenever All Might saying hi to everybody and all that. But this is whenever Deku tells them that we have to go. All Might says yes, with Deku touching All Might and Shinso, making them float. And then he pours chakra into them, making them go somewhere. And All Might tells him he can put me down because they're away from the media. He does. This is whenever Melissa comes out, introduces herself, and all that she's quirkless, and I know that. But I'm not sure what to get her to make her put into the UA. But because I did say I'll make the Akatsuki, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need a 6th member. So meets her and stuff, and she tells me she's quirkless. And that's when she asked, there is a news report on you that you can make somebody unquirkless by releasing the chakra points, even making somebody's quirk stronger, you even said, and give them a quirk that they never had. And That's whenever he says yes, it's actually quite easy because my eyes tell it all. And he says that my eyes can tell me where somebody's quirk is and stuff. And I unlock their parts, the stream of quirk energy, because he knows that they don't understand chakra, causing them to gain past relatives' quirks and all that. Shincho says that we need to leave in the background, so they go back to the place. When we get there, All Might tells them to go run off somewhere. But when they do the test, because Deku probably added in chakra to him, you know how One for All like made his quirk was going down even if you healed him. I'm gonna say because he forced chakra into him, it made his quirk, even though it's not losing as much energy anymore, but almost looking stronger than it last was, even whenever he was in his prime. And he says what happened, and that's whenever All Might explains, tells him even about the injury, telling that boy Deku unlocked abilities, but he of course didn't give him ability to All Might, or people will be more specific. But I'm gonna say what he did give All Might is the ability to use Tsunade punches. Even if he gets tired, he can boost his body with even chakra, making him even stronger than he was in his prime. And stuff like that. So they're walking around, Shinso and Deku, and they're looking at all the stuff. And that's whenever she introduced him to the 360 degrees look. And that's whenever Deku says that my quirk already gives me that ability. And she's like, what, for real? And all that. And he's like, yeah, it gives me ability to see into anything I want. Or see into bodies, he can see through walls, but he can't really see through clothes correctly. Because it's shown the Byakugan seeing like the outlining chakra points of things, not the body. He explains that. And it's whenever all the girls show up, but I'm gonna say Bakugo's with them. Because, Uraraka and him have kind of one of the same abilities and stuff. And Shinso is actually training right now I'm gonna say, must ask him why his eyes are like that. That's when Shinso says that actually I'm training my eyes by keeping them how long I can keep them up. Increases my duration of using it and unlocking my ability of it. And she asks that, why don't you use those abilities in the sports festival? That's when he tells him about, actually Deku gave me these eyes, or the eye, and gave somebody else another eye, and tore out one of our eyes from each side and switched them. And she asks, did it hurt? And Deku says that can nullify somebody's pain and stuff like that. And she's like, really? And she asks, why'd you do that? He says that what happens when you do that is that you mix the two abilities together, but if you don't do that, somebody will go blind if you let them use the abilities constantly. So I help them from not going blind. And I forgot what Shinso's ability was. Or his Mangekyo. Let me see what I said in the last video. My dudes, actually, I didn't give them like a combined ability. I said he was going to be the Kamui, but I would say his will be most likely, Kamui and Flame Control. I'll pretty much give them Blaze Style, which, if you guys don't know, this was the ability of Sasuke, which is taking the Amaterasu, or his Amaterasu, using Flame Control, making Blaze Style, which is harder to use, so that would be like their ultimate move, pretty much. But what would happen if you had Kamui with that ability? But I'll make their Kamui a little different. Instead of making a warp, I'll still call it Kamui, but it'll be something different. It'll pretty much be teleportation, kind of, but he can teleport people or trap them into dimensions. It'll pretty much be like the ability of the Rennie Sharingan that Sasuke has. He can do that, and he can fake out moves by making it look like it's one place. Kind of using like a genjutsu, because he does have a Gekka Genkai of genjutsus. So there's a lot of wins. But this will cause him to be able to make the move turn into like a clone attack, pretty much, and all that. And they can also use Kamui to pretty much make it look like they're intangible, but they're not. But yeah, you find them, and this is whenever they come across the whole destroying the area. If you guys want me to give anybody else a Sharingan, or have somebody like a clan of past users are villains, I think somebody kind of commented that down, but I think he was talking about if I was going to make, what if Deku had the Sharingan, because I was going to do all the dojutsus except the Byakugan, and I might do the Rinnegan. I'm not completely sure. But if I make the Rinnegan, I'll probably just make I'll make him an Otsutsuki. This is either one you want to pick. Do you want me to make him an Otsutsuki? Or do you want me just to give him like the Rennie Sharingan whenever it evolves, or just the Rinnegan? Which one you guys want to pick? I'll like put down 2 comments, and you just have to like those. And don't spam like I don't think any of you guys really comment. Only like a person named Tina, the dude that gives me a couple ideas, he comments down sometimes. God dang, it's so windy. But I like the cool air, so it's also helping me. Because I am outside, because it's the weekends, and you guys know that I can't do what ifs inside during weekends. Or on like Wednesdays, I think, because I'm going back to my regular schedule of going to my grandmother's on Wednesday. So I'll do those what ifs outside. Sometimes I might just have to build me a little area where it's cooler and all that. But you guys might be thinking, because yesterday was the last day of school for 2 weeks, I'm going to have a lot of time, but not really, because more time off for me equals more stuff that I can't do, because I'd be like told we need to go this place, blah blah, this place, because we have time for it and stuff like that. And weekends, I go a lot of places because it is weekends, and my family has free times on the weekends, or yeah. But yeah, so that's their ability, of course. And we're going to skip to them going to the, that little area where they are doing the freezing test. I'll say Uraraka goes first. With them already training their eyes quite a bit, because I'll say there's a time skip between them, like a month or so. And what happens is that people see these, I say there's 4 people with the same exact eyes in a 3 Tomoe state, with her changing her eye to the Mangekyou Sharingan's using Cat's Parade, exploding Cat's Parade. And I want to say she picked the cheetahs and mountain lions because there is rocky areas and cheetahs are fast. And yeah, this goes all over with them igniting a second later, exploding the whole area. And wait, no, she can't usually do Cat's Parade, and she doesn't want to wear herself down. So cancel that. She uses her plasma style, I'm just gonna call it. And people see her cover her hands making pretty much a triangle or a pyramid. And because it is technology, I think they can like reset the ring and all that. And they say go because I think she started. The whole thing covers the whole areas with her snapping her finger, with the whole area pretty much disappearing. And they ask what happened. She says that's one of my strongest. She says that's my second most useful technique, which gives me the ability to pretty much raise stuff from out of existence. And people think the second was her strongest then. Bakugo's turn. What Bakugo's doing is that his regular Mangekyou ability was able to target stuff with explosions. But also, what's happening is that he's kind of binding his Geki Genkai with his quirk, with EP shots, and his hand starts glowing, almost looking like it's like you know how the KCM1 cloak kind of looks like on his hand. And this is when they say go, with him slapping the ground, causing a volcanic eruption, completely disintegrating the area. It's, I'll say, Shinso's turn. Shinso, what he sees him do is that he uses his storm style Geki Genkai, and you hear him, you see him charge up a move with, I'm gonna say, they can all use Shao, like a couple Shao clones, but I'm gonna say Shinso can do the most Shao clones. That's just something I was gonna add in, but later, there's gonna be like a combo star, I was gonna call it, something like that. But you see him, his attacks will be based off of stars from now on, because his storm style looks different from Deku's. His ability, Deku's is bright. His is bright blue, while Shinso's is bright purple. Shinso having stars come over his palms, and that's when they say start with, I'm gonna say, like a magical circle appearing, but it's just lightning storm style, disintegrating the whole area. And Bakugo's Todoroki, Uraraka, now it's Deku's turn. He walks up there. They know him as the winner of the sports festival, so to see what he's gonna bring. And that's whenever he says true ultimate combination jutsu, and they're like combination, while everybody said, I'm gonna say they just said jutsu by itself, and they noticed that they're all saying jutsus for some reason. When people hear ultimate combination, and they hear that only one of those attacks are like one jutsu, he puts his foot on the ground, and he says death. which using his orbs, I want to say, as an armor on his feet, projecting jutsus from it. Instead of anything pretty much destroying it completely, it pretty much kind of how the plasma star happened, but instead of something like slowly they seen it getting destroyed completely, but this time they hear death from his mouth, and this is like ultimate combination. Not destroying, no explosions, no extra damage, but literally they see his eye target all the robots with how fast it's moving, and the robots just disappear. Like gone, destroyed, nothing left. Like just completely gone. And they ask him what he did. He says that's a strong jutsu that doesn't do collateral damage. It targets anybody that I want, and they're gone in an instant. They're erased from existence. If they had souls, their souls probably wouldn't even stay there. And yeah, that happens. They meet with Kaminari and stuff like that. And now we're getting into the whole attack. But what happened is that Orkaraka does plasma release, pretty much using a stream destroying the tops of the roofs. Like I'm gonna say, Deku using Earth Style to replace it. To pretty much replace it every time, where they can't really tell the difference from them, from what's going on. Or I'm gonna say, Shinso uses a genjutsu. Oh my god, why is it so windy? But uses a genjutsu, causing it and able to pretty much them to see anything different except what it was before they came there and stuff like that. So yeah, but this is when they meet the people that can like erase parts of the area, and like pretty much like mini teleportation of matter is what it reminds me of, which takes on Shinso and Todoroki, while Bakugo, Uraraka, and all of them go up the area. And come, you know, the dude with the hardening torque. If you guys want me to do something with him, turning him to a villain, saying I'm useless, only thing I can do is kill or something like that, you guys can comment that down below. But yeah, but he goes on and pretty much destroys the area. And like I said, this will go beyond just My Hero to the point where it was. But yeah, and pretty much when the dude's trying to take the matter away, and because it did show wind every time he used his ability, I'm gonna say Shinso, Todoroki does the ice, and they figure out that it's moving matter away. So what they do is they activate their Mangekyo, saying blaze control or blaze style, blaze release, with black fire appearing into a star form for Shinso, and Todoroki making a what up? Okay, that was weird, but yeah. And just shooting a phoenix, I'm gonna say Todoroki does. And the dude tries to swipe it away, but whenever he gets it close to anything, it instantly ignites it without them turning off it. But he can't take away all the fire because fire barely has any mass into it. So he's trying to swipe it away, but this is whenever it hits them. And the dude with the muscle cork can't really touch them because they kind of just jump back or used ice to glide on it. But whenever it hits them, This completely chars them completely. And they turn off the thing, making them drop to their knees for a while, saying that we should rest. But that was good practice quirk. While these guys are burnt forever, because I think that's what the ability can do of the Mangekyou Sharingan, where if you get burnt by it, you're completely burnt for the rest of your life. So they have like these burnt marks across their body for the rest of their lives. And that reminds them of Todoroki and, Todoroki and Shinso, because that's, I'm going to say whatever hero name they had. And I'll say Todoroki changed his name, of course, calling him the flame, some kind of weird name you can choose if you want. And Shinso changing his name, whatever it was, and all that. God. But yeah, they rest for a while until Todoroki says that we need to go up. And they start going up where they went. And that's where you get to the robots. But I'm going to say, all the people tells Deku, Uraraka, Bakugo to go on. Which Uraraka can fly with her jutsu. And Bakugo can fly with explosions already. So whenever they get to that little area where the wind is, and Todoroki and Shinso comes, pretty much Deku touches Shinso and all that. And they have Melissa with her. But whenever it gets to the wall, I'm going to say Bakugo and Deku punches the wall with the explosions release, which causes a bigger explosion with a bunch of rocks flowing everywhere, hitting all of them. But not hitting the controls, of course. Which, is there a metal release in Naruto? Like controlling metal, or not? Or is it kind of like magnet release? Because I think you can do that with magnet release if you use it in a certain way. But yeah, it is. Yeah, they're all up there. The Akatsuki, pretty much. The Akatsuki of UA. I guess that's what they're gonna call their name. And I was like, they all changed their name for the last part. Or like Bakugo, the King Explosion Murderer of the Akatsuki is his last part. All of them had it. So does Shinso. And that's when they bust open and Deku says the Akatsuki is here. With, I'm going to say, Uraraka using Earth style to say these Earth golems, creating golems. With Bakugo saying explosion golems. With, that explosion style that makes the golems that can explode. That's pretty much what happens. And those just start fighting people and exploding them. And now it's, let's see, Shinso versus the dude with the blade. The blade quirk and stuff. And they know that dude to be able to talk a lot. But this is when Shinso starts asking questions and the dude blabs and he says, I got you. And he tells him to reverse what you did. And that's whenever he goes to the controls and he turns it back, turning off all the robots. But the dude still gets like that enhancement and all that. And All Might still couldn't move because he didn't want to get everybody killed. But this happens, he breaks out. With, I'm going to say, the dude trying to tells these kids that they're weaklings and stuff, saying that you can't defeat a true villain. With him using the enhancement. But whenever he shoots down on the metal, Deku, Todoroki touches it, saying ice release, ice complete zero zone to zero zone, which pretty much makes a zone around them. Sorry for another interruption, but this creates an ice zone which freezes anything near it. And this is whenever Todoroki says that I'm out, I reached my limit. So when Deku taps him, makes him float back pretty much. Shinsho comes out saying final move, Storm Shankland Jutsu or Bochi no Jutsu. Storm style lightning star, which is the mouth beam that can cut down pretty much anything. And he does this, but whenever it hits stuff, it completely destroys it, I'm gonna say, is what this move was created for. And he takes down some stuff in front of him with, I'm gonna say, this is whenever All Might shows up to Deku, and this is with Deku. This is where All Might uses the Tsunade Punch style with, I'm gonna say, you know how I made this quirk stronger? This is when for the first time everybody sees lines appear onto All Might around his whole body, and people are like, what? And this purple energy comes around his fist, and this is where he says Detroit Smash, or he says blue Detroit Smash, blue energy covering his fist, destroying the dude all the way up to him, with Deku saying, grabbing onto him in the face, slamming the rest of the stuff down, and him saying, you're done. And this is when he does 2 hand signs, and his hands has some weird mark on it, and the dude disappears from everybody's eyes. Was what he did. He created a sealing jutsu, which caused hand signs, of course, but it's like the infinite capture jutsu. It's like the best capturing, which he has to have time to capture somebody, and I'm gonna say they have to be in a position where they can't move, or like they can't break out of it pretty much, and all that. So yeah, and this is where I'm gonna say, this time people drop out the sky and kicks Deku tries to dodge. He dodges a couple, and there's 8 guys, and they all rush Deku, and they're like at different sizes, but he looks at their faces, but for some reason their skins are right. They're white, and they have Byakugans for eyes. And this is when they pretty much but he sees is that they're not aiming for destroying him, they're aiming for his eyes. And he's confused about that. And he's like, they're trying to steal my eye, and stuff like that. He of course dodges, but this is whenever he shoots a ninjutsu at him through his hands. And this is whenever one of them takes out their palm and absorbs it and shoots it out with another eye. And it hits them, and I'm gonna say this was just a regular old fire style to test the waters. And this is whenever they try to attack again, but this is whenever he activates his purple mode and he takes out his blades. It makes them gigantic and even more bigger this time. And he says volley spin, which I'm gonna say other people already got flown off the building, but Uraraka made them all fly. I'm just gonna say wherever the people landed, with him spinning with them unable to even absorb his chakra. But what he felt was that their attacks could actually hurt him, which the other attacks were too weak to hurt him. And what people see is pretty much a huge big blade of energy swipe the whole building, cutting off the top of it, with, I'm going to say, the people getting sent back with blood splat. But at the last moment, I'm going to say, they pretty much, two other dudes with glowing energy weapons, one with the fishing pole and all that, comes down and takes them up and takes them back while they're healing. And that's whenever one of them says that we'll be back for you to take your power. That's whenever the movie ends, and that's when we'll leave it off.